Good afternoon, judges, my worthy opponents, and members of the audience. Thank you for your attention and consideration. I am Anan Maria. Today I'm going to explain to you why I oppose today's motion. The motion for today's debate is this House wish allocate resources towards adapting climate change rather than mitigating or preventing climate change. Now, we as today's opposition strongly oppose. Before we come to our actual argumentation, let us first define some important in this debate. First, what is climate change? Climate change refers to long-term shifts in temperatures and weather patterns. These shifts may be natural, such as through variations in the solar cycle, but since the 1800 centuries, human activities have been the main driver of climate change, primarily due to burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. Burning fossil fuels generate greenhouse gas emissions that act like a blanket wrapped around the earth, trapping the sun's heat and raising temperatures. Examples of greenhouse gas emissions that are causing climate change include carbon dioxide and methane. This comes from using gasoline for driving a car or coal for heating a building. For example, clearing and land and forest can also release carbon dioxide. Landfills for garbage are a major source of methane emissions. Energy, industry, transport, buildings, agriculture, and land use are among the main emitters. Mitigation in climate change is reducing climate change involves reducing the flow of heat, trapping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, either by reducing sources of these gases, for example, the burning of fossil fuels for electricity, heat, or transport, or enhancing the sinks that accumulate and store these gases, such as the oceans, forests, and soil. The goal of mitigation is to avoid significant human interference with Earth's climate, stabilize greenhouse gas levels in a time frame sufficient to allow ecosystems to adapt naturally to climate change. Ensure that food production is not threatened, and to enable economic development to proceed in a sustainable manner. Adaptation in climate change is adapting to life in a changing climate, involves adjusting to actual or expected future climate. The goal is to reduce our risk from the harmful effects of climate change like sea level rise, more intense extreme weather events, or food insecurity. It also includes making the most of any potential beneficial opportunities associated with climate change. For example, longer growing seasons or increased yields in some regions. In Indonesia, recently Jakarta's residents have been posting some funny short videos about how they have to work. Even some of the city's region was flooding and rain heavily. They are making some funny videos, but the issues here are serious. Climate change is happening around us, which affected us. To whom it hasn't affected, it's just a matter of time. We have to mitigate climate change now, whether it's already late or not, but we must make action rather than no action. So, why mitigate or preventing climate change rather than allocate resources toward adapting climate change? First, mitigation provides global benefits while adaptation mostly provides benefits at local scale. Second, mitigation has long-term benefits while adaptation has short-term benefits. Third, adaptation implementing is insufficient. Fourth, planning adaptation is an exercise in uncertainty and built on imperfect information. Many adaptation strategies fail. 5. Adaptation measures can have intended consequences. For example, planting forest on land that was not previously forested. A growing practice as companies pursue carbon offset credits can exacerbate food and water scarcity, harm biodiversity, and disenfranchise low-income rural communities. Wildfire suppression tactics can make subsequent fires larger. Seawalls and other protective infrastructure, if not built at a large enough scale, can end up trapping floodwater in cities. The best now example being New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. We are hoping that the place that we live is not affected by climate change or minimize the effect, so we must hurry to take action to mitigate climate change rather than adapting climate change because of all the reasons I have stated. I believe mitigate is more effective than adapting. So, ladies and gentlemen, for all the reasons, the motion must fall. Thank you.